Fight fans, buckle up. On the Pound 4-Pound podcast, Henry Cejudo put it bluntly. President Dana White is going to cave in. His case is part logic, part theater. The White House event in June 2026 is designed to be a one-of-one spectacle. Cejudo argues that if the UFC wants a main event with maximum American star power and a high probability of a home team result, Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall is the pick. Kamaru Usman co-signed the cautionary half. Jones has played too many games with dates and opponents, but still sees the upside if Dana warms back up to it. Here is the business wrinkle Cejudo adds. Even if Jones gets in, the price has likely changed. That reported $30 million Jones once turned down to unify with Aspinall is not coming back around, says Cejudo. Incentive-heavy deal, stiff penalties for pulling out, prove its structure. That is the path he sketches. Whether you side with Dana's billion-to-one stance or Cejudo's inevitability take, the standoff itself is shaping the card long before any bout agreements are printed. Team Henry or Team Dana? Who blinks first? If you're booking UFC White House, do you headline with Jones, Aspinall, or pass on Jon entirely? Drop your main event pick and backup plan in the comments, then hit subscribe and tap the bell so you're here when this standoff breaks. Merab promises 90% striking versus Corey, believe it or bait. Merab Dvalishvili heard his coach John Wood say the game plan is not changing, and then told Shock MMA he expects the fight to be 90% striking.
I'm planning to strike with Corey Sandhagen. I'm looking for the Nike knot, so listen.
Why is that? Why? Because I saw you say that. I know John Wood is like, well, we're working on everything, but don't let Merab fool you. We know what the game plan is. Why are you putting this out there so much that you want to knock Corey out?
That's the plan, I know, because, yeah, he...
Is John going to be mad at you on fight night?
Sean,
Sorry, is John Wood going to be mad at you on fight night?
No, listen, John Wood, he's... whatever I do, he will support, you know.
Two ways to read it. 1. Classic feint. Say, we are boxing, to draw Corey into exchanges and then flip the switch on takedowns. 2. A genuine flex. Merab's hands have leveled up across a 7-year surge, and he wants to prove he can win Corey's preferred phase while mixing in the threat of his chain wrestling. The tape supports both. Merab's gas and reshoots are the division's nightmare, but his reads and volume have improved enough that he is not just shooting to stall, he is creating damage on the breaks and the entries. On the other side, Sandhagen is all angles, layers, and punishing counters, flying knee history, surgical elbows, the kind of shot selection that can snowball if you give him rhythm. If Merab really keeps this upright for long stretches, we get a chess match with anvils. If not, we get the grind that made him champion. Either way, this is not a styles clash, it is styles colliding. Corey Sandhagen leans into the loser fan bit on purpose. Corey Sandhagen knows the story people are telling. Merab Dvalishvili is the machine, the champ who already mauled names Corey could not, and this co-main at UFC 320 is a foregone conclusion. Instead of fighting the narrative, Sandhagen co-opted it, dropping deadpan skits as a basement-dwelling loser fan who explains why Corey has no chance.
He's beaten a lot of really good guys, so he knows how to beat a bunch of styles, but the ones that he's gotten really popular off are guys that are nothing like me, I don't think. He beat Umar by Umar getting way too tired. I don't get tired. He beat O'Malley because O'Malley is not the, like he was very tentative. He was looking for one shot and he was slow to get up. So he kind of got out wrestled a little bit. I don't get out wrestled. Like when I get taken down, I pop back up immediately. And I've proven that against Umar, who I think is equal, if not better, of a grappler than Merab is. And he beat Jan, who me and him have completely different styles. So I'm honestly not very intimidated at all about his past wins. I think that I'm a completely different fighter who brings a completely different set of skills to the fight. And Merab's way of winning is getting people tired and wrestling them. And no one's ever beaten me like that. So how's he going to win?
It is dry, it is weird, and it is exactly his point. If the internet insists on painting him into a corner, he will draw the outline himself and step out of it on Saturday. The gag works because it reflects a real tension. Merab's resume is merciless. 13 straight, belt captured, 2 defenses, wins over Peter Yan and Umar Nurmagomedov, the same 2 names who last beat Sandhagen. Corey does not clap back at commenters, he reframes them. He says he barely reads replies anyway and prefers to entertain himself rather than chase approval. Translation: he is not playing the outrage game before the actual fight. He is embracing the underdog energy, smiling at the noise, and saving the sharp edges for bell time. Wanderlei Silva calls it a cowardly assault. Rafael Freitas says he was defending family. The aftermath in Sao Paulo keeps unraveling. Wanderlei Silva posted swollen, stitched, and furious, broken nose, 7 stitches over the eye, and called the post-fight sucker punch that knocked him unconscious cowardly. He says he was trying to calm the melee when Freitas' son, Rafael, cracked him from behind and then on the jaw. Coach Andre Dita backs Silva's version, saying Popo's side flooded the ring and escalated. Fabricio Werdum, also in Silva's corner, says they were outnumbered and reacting. Rafael Freitas, who has since apologized, gave a different frame. A brawl erupted. He saw his father and brothers under attack, and he jumped in to protect them. Bad decision. Heat of the moment. Popo posted clips insisting Silva's corner through first. Werdum shared alleged voice notes from Popo that sound like pre-fight hostility. Lawyers are now involved. Whatever your angle on blame, the result is the same. An exhibition meant to honor names and sell nostalgia devolved into a scene that undercuts the noble art everyone claims to protect. UFC 322 gets a real one. Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis at MSG. Add a genuine lightweight test to Madison Square Garden. Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis is confirmed for UFC 322 on November 15th. It is perfect matchmaking. A former top contender coming off a get-right win over Renato Moicano meets a surging wrecking ball who just scored back-to-back victories in 2025 after setbacks to Moicano and Dustin Poirier. For Dariush, this is timing and truth. He is 36, skilled everywhere, and durable enough to find second wins mid-fight. Exactly the kind of veteran who can short-circuit BSD's forward momentum with craft. For Saint-Denis, it is the kind of name you must beat to crash the top 7 and force title picture conversations. Expect pace from the horn and momentum swings you feel in your gut. Winner leaves with leverage. Ben Askren thanks Dana White and Jake Paul for donations after life-saving surgery. Ben Askren, who needed a double lung transplant after a brutal pneumonia plus staph spiral, says the community, fans, fighters, rivals, hit the goal that insurance would not touch. On Ariel Helwani's show, Askren confirmed Jake Paul and Dana White both donated very generous amounts while underscoring that every dollar mattered.
Ask you about specifics because I think it's very tacky, but there did become this thing as like who's helping Ben, who's not helping Ben. You know, famous people.
My wife said you were going to ask this.
No, but I don't want to ask you who specifically. I just want to know if there's anything you want to say about that because I don't think anyone should be forced to help anyone.
Hell no.
And so I just want to know if you wanted
Jake
to clear.
Paul and Dana White both donated.
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, I missed you.
Jake Paul and Dana, they both donated.
Okay.
They were both very generous. But to your point, it's like, I don't expect anything out of him, right? If they didn't want to, they don't want to. That's their money. They should be able to do what they want with it. And I'm grateful that they felt generous enough. But then also, it's like, we are, Amy and I talk, we don't want to talk about it too much because it's like, there was literally like 1,000 some people that made some donation. And, say $10,000 to someone who's got many millions versus, $25 to someone who doesn't have anything. It's like, that's just as big of a burden on that person, right? So you look at a person-to-person burden. And so we had so many people that were really, really generous. Those guys were both generous. And it's really, it's almost funny when it comes from like, I don't know if you call them your enemies or the people you haven't seen eye to eye with. But I mean, that kind of brings out the good side in humanity, I think.
The Paul and Dana Cold War is very real, but in a moment where the sport could show its best self, it did. Askren's recovery is a long road, but this part of the story belongs on a highlight reel of a different kind. The same people who sell grudge and chaos on camera still rally off camera when it counts. File it under something simple and rare, uncomplicated gratitude. Your turn, who wins the co-main and how? Corey's sniper game or Merab's pace and pressure? And does Dana really hold the line on Jones at the White House, or does Cejudo call it? Drop your picks below, then hit subscribe and tap the bell so you are here when the answers arrive.